try to put the Shaker as a 5 and use the Disruptor to try to harass Alchemist out of the lane.
The problem with that is because Alk is flex. That's my main problem with going Lifestealer. And it's not
Yeah.
like Lifestealer's lane would be bad against Alk, no, but Beastcoast can just counter that, but ignore the Lifestealer, they went for draw.
I love this draw pick.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like it as well.
I think it's good against Alk, it's good against Lash. They don't have many heroes to jump on draw early on. Yeah, Lash usually builds Blink, Alk the same, but till that point, I think draw is a good answer for the Alchemist timing.
They can put the Shaker to play with the draw if they want. But also Tusk draw a lot of harass on the lane as well. Depending on the Sacred hero, they can try to go like this.
Alliance doesn't swap their support lanes too much. I think they're pretty stable on that. And they have to watch out because I think their safe lane is kind of weak right now as of lately. Gardic and Lumiere are not doing the best they can. And if this Drill Ranger falls off, if she doesn't get a good start, I think Alliance can suffer a bit on the mid game. So it's a very important lane. I would like even, I don't know, if El Micho starts bottom with a Fissure or something to help those lane. I don't know, they gotta make sure Draw has a game, right?
Yeah, probably, because you can't expect much from Ember. Mid lane against Lash, it can be actually okay for Ember, but usually just goes to Lash side. Lash usually outfarm Ember by, not much, but by a bit. I thought that Ember could have a good matchup against Lash, because Lash does not have much armor. You can go for a Blightstone early on and keep on harassing, but it seems like Lash's harass is way harder than Ember can do. So
look at
yeah,
their bans. Oh my god.
they banned DP. Oh yeah, DP and Beastmaster.
DP, Beastmaster, Visage, DK, Broodmother. Okay, so no heroes for you, Vitaly. Good luck.
And those two last bans, yeah, they were the right bans.
There's the Enigma still.
And the Timber.
Not do you want to
best
play
Timber game,
against
but
Lash?
Yeah, he can go like who did that? Like BKB early on Timber.
Yeah.
Just keep frontlining.
Yeah, depending on this Beastcoast last pick, yep, I can see a Timber just to deal with Alchemist. I don't think it's a bad idea.
That Night Stalker band though, are they trying to pick Lycan here? Not anymore, right?
So it's an offlaner Alch.
Can it be a Bloodseeker offlane as well? It's been a long time since I last saw that.
I don't think so,
Beastcoast just stole Infamous draft.
Yeah.
Because Infamous played Alchemist offlane, Bloodseeker carry, and Tusk.
And not only Infamous, Thunder as well. They got the Eyelich Alchemist.
It was Thunder actually. It was Thunder actually, not Infamous.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's the Alchemist on Eyelich and the Bloodseeker on Knight. They did the exact same thing. So now, how do you deal with this Beastcoast draft? You need an offlane hero here. And they're all banned.
Strong safe lane.
Their safe lane is it's too strong actually. Silencer and Bloodseeker, good luck playing that. And you have a Shaker. I think you have to.
Do you go for their Enigma here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Shaker can always pull lane, so you can have a lane. It's not the end of the world, but it's hard to do that against Silencer. It's not that easy.
And not only thinking about the lane, the game itself. What is a good hero here?
There are a lot of offlaners.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That Night Stalker ban.
You go Marcy offlane or something?
Marcy did.
I think that's the night. Oh, they went for Underlord.
Underlord.
Can buy pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for auros, but I don't think I like Underlord here. I mean, it's okay. No, actually, I don't like Underlord.
I can see this draft working like you feast chain one enemy, then you have the Malice, the Fissure, the Thunderstorm, get kills from afar. Also the split shot from Draw Ranger. But if you're being pressured, I don't see this Underlord pick doing much to help the Ember.
Yes. I don't
Yeah,
know.
very good
I'm
lanes
not
on Beast
convinced.
Coast.
I mean, it's their bread and butter, right? Underlord and
since
Disruptor.
it's a Leshrac off lane and mid Alchemist.
Sacred Leshrac?
Yep.
Mid Alchemist, okay. Well, all right. I wasn't
Now
expecting that.
I think I like Alliance's draft because the mid Alchemist is just farming. He's not pressuring the Ember at all. If Analog has a good start, I think we can just see what I said. He's going to set up Shaker. He's going to set up some damage from the Underlord, even the Disruptor, and get kills on the map. Because Lash wants to farm the Bloodstone for like 14 minutes. Alchemist wants to farm like for 20 minutes. Tusk can't do much on the game by himself.
Oh, predictions?
I think Alliance has a chance here in this first one. I will
Yeah,
go
What you
with
get,
that.
Pepe?
I think so too, but I will go for Beastcoast. I just love Sacred
All right.
Leshrac.
Just
I like
ignore
Beastcoast a bit
the
more as
players'
well.
names. Just don't read the player name, guys.
So 2 for Beast Coast, 1 for Alliance. Please take it away. It's our casters, Ares and Danog.
Thank you, lads. All right, Danog, here we go. We saw what the panel had to say about this first draft. I mean, it seemed like they were a little hesitant about at first when they saw the Leshrac was off lane because they really wanted this matchup against the Ember mid, but they were still favoring overall the Beast Coast draft. Do you kind of agree with that sentiment?
I would have been happy with the Death Prophet as well. I mean, it was banned out. The mentality that I have for Beast Coast here is they can just farm, you know? Like, I know we were talking about during the panel that when they win their games, they win them early, like pre-30, 35 minutes. But this is a lineup where Alchemist, Mid, Bloodseeker, Leshrac, they're 3 heroes that can scale into the late game. And when you think Underlord, I mean, it doesn't really scale quite as much. Yes, you've got percentage-based damage, but there's not this, like, big item that you think, wow, Underlord's going to just scale completely out of control. Same sort of thing with the Ember Spirit, right? Until you get to, like, the super, super late game. So it's really only Drow that you're having to worry about. And that's where I really, like, think that Beast Coast can just look to abuse this game. Scofield has to be careful, though. But just get glimpsed back, but not going to skill up anything on Gardic just yet.
Yeah, we even see Schofield's going for the boots to start on the toss. So what do we kind of make the starter item build? Is this betraying kind of how they're looking to play the lane?
I mean, I guess it means he's just going to try and pull, right? Having all of that extra movement speed really doesn't mean much in terms of like trading against a double ranged lane. You probably want a little bit more regen and sustain if that's the case, but well, I guess it's easy if Gardic just walks up into your melee range, but yeah, I think he's just going to go for a lot of these pulls, and yeah, immediately, I mean, the fact that Gardic skills up the level 1 and the Thunderstrike as well is kind of awkward, because now he has no way to be able to stop this pull from happening. If he gets the glimpse, then probably this doesn't happen from Schofield, and you don't let Sacred have a good start to the game.
Yep. We even see El Micho as well up top on the Earthshakers looking to try and go for the exact same thing with the boots to start, so I mean, Stinger, though, he's done a decent amount of damage into the Earthshaker with that early use of the Arcane Curse, so it's not going to be easy for El Micho just to freely find that CS.
See a K1 Bloodseeker as well. I mean, one of the few Agi heroes that he still likes to play. And I think it's fine, right? Like, you're just going to do a decent enough time in the lane. The thing is, again, though, Bloodseeker's one of those heroes that just needs, like, let's say 2 or 3 items to truly have that impact, right? You want the Maelstrom, you want the BKB, and in an ideal world, the Aghanim Shard as well. But the thing is, Alchemist probably wants to be farming, and then so does the Leshrac. You probably want the BKB against this Silence, against the Chains, against the Pit of Malice. So it really just feels to me like Beast Coast are going to take this one super passively.
Blame Vitaly. A decent chunk of damage. Stinger wanted to continue to chase, and now K1 will continue to chase as well. Is he going to dive onto the tower for this, though? Vitaly can try and stand strong off the back of the Firestorm, and there'll be enough of a deterrent here to push K1 away.
Value Wraithband coming out super early there for Vitaly. Just that little bit of extra armor as well as the towers. I think mid lane should be just fine as well for Dark Margo, right? Like, he's going up against, again, a melee hero, the Acid Spray. Yeah, it's going to push the lane in a little bit, but I think as an Alchemist, you don't really care that much. You know, eventually it's going to get to the stage where it pushes just so quickly that you're going to be able to go back towards the jungle, farm up a few more of those camps, and they don't really have the strongest tower pushes on Alliance either. So I just don't think that they're going to be under any sort of pressure anytime soon. Tali, top side. Speaking of pressure, he might be the one to suffer it, although El Misho just a little bit off the mark with being able to land that Fissure.
That's gonna cost Vitali his life, though. Blood Drive from K1 actually gives him a little bit of bonus health after he's able to find First Blood. I was thinking he might continue to chase El Misho down, but I mean, I feel like top lane, I'll hold that bottom lane. Sacred lands a stun onto Lumiere. Schofield was just out of range to get the snowball to be able to dodge the glimpse. Maybe they could have gotten some extra damage onto the Drow, but regardless, it does look like they're pretty happy. Now they're going to be able to find that follow-up. They'll drag him in. Snowball's able to set up for the stun, even though the gush was there. It was just a little bit too late. Gardic's going to take a bunch of damage as well after they get the kill onto Lumiere.
Kind of want to see Stinger here go a tiny bit of a greedy build. Like, I wouldn't hate seeing him go a Null Talisman for this lane because, again, at the end of the day, you're against double melee. So Silencer is going to have a field day at just harassing out. You can see he's already got the early point into the Glaives of Wisdom for that exact purpose. Constant harass from range. As well, Underlord doesn't exactly have the greatest starting int or int gain as well. So if you're able to get a few kills off, really just reduce that mana pool and force him to go into these items like the Soul Ring when he really wants to just be an aura bot.
Are there any particular auras this game that you feel Vitali, it's a must for him to buy?
I guess the Greaves, right? You're going up against the Global Silence, and you need to always be able to land that Pit of Malice so that they're not just running at your Drow Ranger.
If he's ever pushed out of the Firestorm, though, it's going to be very difficult for him to continue to trade.
I mean, it's only 5 minutes in, but this is like all three lanes are already going so well for Beastcoast. Just having a look at the net worth charts, we're having a look at the last hits at the moment, but it's basically paints the picture of where this game's at right now. At least a 500 lead in every single lane.
Is there a hero or two that we can see on Alliance over the next couple of minutes to try and break what's happening at the moment to kind of stunt the lead that Beastcoast are starting to grow?
Not really, if I'm being honest. Like, maybe Analog, if he's able to get up into those phase boots. You know, we know what an Ember Spirit's capable of doing with not that much. So if he's able to get phase boots, like, he's got the Blightstone as well, so maybe make a play around the bottom side of the map alongside the Drow Ranger.
Well, a lot of that's going to come...
Yeah, you just need to imagine, like, what are you giving up when that's happening, right? Dark Margo probably isn't going to be rotating because, again, he can be greedy. He can just sit back, farm, accelerate his net worth.
Vitali top lane? He's going to take the blood right damage, so it'll be enough to help them secure the kill. Another death onto the Underlord, continuing to have a bit more of a difficult start in this game. In our bottom lane as well, Sacred. His stun's going to be on the mark, and they'll even utilize an aggressive glyph to help with the dive. It's forcing on Analog to TP down to bottom. Now he's got the haste in the arsenal, so it should make it a little bit easier, but the snow build protecting Sacred for the moment, but it won't be enough, as that is a much-needed rotation out of Analog.
Won't be able to get the bounty route on the way back. El Misho actually claimed that one prior, so...
we stay.
I guess so. Yeah, Battlefield... I mean, Ember Spirit's... Earthshaker's soaking a little bit of that mid-farm,
top
so
lane,
it's
Vitali.
okay.
Rupture from
again.
K1 and... Oh, dude, he just TP'd.
He did.
Ooh, no good.
No bueno.
This tower's going to take a lot of damage as well. So
It is. And this isn't exactly like the heroes that you think, oh, okay, well, they're going to be able to take towers quite easily. Like Shaker, he's sitting mid, but they don't really care. Again, like, this is an Alchemist. You could just go super greedy. You can see Dark Margo's like, all right, I don't need to be in this lane at all. I'm going to get much more out of my Grieval's Greed if I just go back to the jungle, and then I can just go for my my Radiance immediately. It's all about greed. Greed is good.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
think you would have a different opinion sometimes in pubs. Bottom lane, Sacred. And Analog's going to be able to join them with the Remnant. Sacred, though, can he stay alive? He's got some one charges to look to utilize. Falls down low enough. Analog's still wanting to continue the hunt. Stingers should be brought down with another round of the Slight. Analog want to go for more. He doesn't really see the open avenue. Maybe with El Misho here. They got the Fissure at the ready. Schofield's going to get glimpsed back. Fissure doesn't actually connect, so Schofield has the snowball to look to delay some of the damage. Analog still wanting to try and chase him down into the tree line.
Look at these TPs.
Starting to come out. They're going to be cautious now how long they stick around on Alliance. Remnant out from Analog, but Dark Margo under the cover of the Invis. It doesn't have the concoction, but it's not going to matter. With K1 here with a Rupture, they'll stop guarding from being able to retreat away. So just a little bit too aggressive as a play from Alliance, and those TPs are going to be able to penalize them.
I was about to say, I'm sure Vital is just saying, oh, thank God I get time to farm on my own. But then Lumiere comes up to him. He's like, no, this is my farm. He's like, please, man, I've been completely shut out of this lane. Maybe they're just trying to shove this lane in as quickly as they can, realizing that there's no TP available on Dark Argo. K1 made the TP rotation down as well. Although, just look at the response.
They might just go for Vitali instead. Sacred, the glimpse away. Schofield, can he get the snowball? Did he drag him in?
Nope.
No, he didn't.
That's big.
Yeah, that's
They only have one TP. It's just on the silencer, and Stinger's not going to come up here solo. It'd be an absolute death sentence. So they finally got something out of this map.
They're going to be the ones that actually find the T1 tower first. I mean, Beastcoast have got to take it pretty much at the same time, but yeah, the fact that you're able to give Drow a potential lane to be able to play in, Underlord can maybe just go park himself down bottom, but it's... You know who's having a great time, Zenog? It's Dark Margo. 3,300 gold already in the bank.
I mean, again, like they were talking about it during the draft, Leshrac loves playing against these heroes that lack burst damage, and then they just double up on that and say, okay, well, you're already having a hard time dealing with one of those, now we're going to give you a second in the Alchemist as well, and one that isn't going to have their towers pressured that heavily, unless it's like a mistake that happened, like we just saw up top. So, yeah, it's just going to continue the greed.
Shaker's gonna go down. Misho, what a set. I'll hold the Analog. Ruptured up. I mean, Ember against the Bloodseeker is pretty rough if you find the Rupture connection, but looks like Analog was able to juke far enough. That maxed out Remnant was okay. Misho put a second point in Enchant Totem.
Get some denies off? I don't know. I do like it. Like, it doubles in effectiveness, you know? But that's kind of a stretch.
Lane? Gardic? No, get me out! Gardic! Someone help me! Now, Dark Margo, actually. Ultimate's still on cooldown. And he won't have enough time to pop it. That is a gigantic kill. Vitali gets a little bit of bonus gold, but just to slow down this Radiance timing.
Mm-hmm. He was at least able to purchase the Sacred Relic beforehand, so didn't actually lose that much gold, which is a bit of a plus for him. Also, as well, Stinger continues to be able to build up a bunch of these stacks. I swear he must have had at least 5 so far this game. Like, he's doing a great job just with his rotations, not giving his life up for free too many times, harassing out this double melee lane, creating stacks. He's playing really well so far. Even just pulling it closer. Just the little things, you know?
Oh, God. Stinger. This should probably be the Radiance Gold for Dark Margo.
Yep.
Actually, 600 might be a bit too much from the double ancient stack, but he'll get pretty close to it. We do see Alliances starting to gear up for a smoke. They've got Static Storm in the ready. Still a little bit of experience away from the Echo Slam, though, from El Misho.
Pretty damn close to being able to pick up this Radiance. Oh, just waiting for this Ancient Black Dragon to fall. Ah, he's
might
got the
find
hard cap
K1
coming.
with the smoke. Got the high ground, so Static Storm. Oh no, the Kinetic Field is on the outside, but it looks like it's not going to matter. Global Silence will be used to maybe buy some time because the supports have arrived. The mechanism burst heal. It's not enough. They're still able to secure the kill into K1, but at what cost? As El Misho will end up going down. They're going to turn to Analog next. Nice juke of the snowball. It's going to be able to run them before that shards connects as well. So that's a big rotation out of Alliance. You at least get the kill onto K1. You've got your Drow Ranger farming. You've got Vitali farming as well.
was that level 2 enchant totem that was enough to be able to take out K1 there. Very nicely done by El Misho. But yeah, in the meantime, Radiance is online for Dark Margot, and you could just see exactly what he's going for, right? You've got multiple heroes that like to dive in super deep. It's Sacred, he's going the Greaves himself, realizing that it's important against the silence coming through from the Drow, as well as the Pit of Malice, the Roots from the Searing Chains, and then Dark Margot, his main job, just get on top of the Drow Ranger. That's it. Just disable that marksmanship, and then they don't have burst damage.
They're trying to make the attempt on Dark Margot down bottom. Sting is playing nearby as a bodyguard. Again, El Misho doesn't have that level 6. The Chemical Rage is about to expire though, so this could be an opening to bring down the Alchemist as Dark Margot still playing inside the Firestorm, but is going to be okay. Again, Sacred to the rescue. We'll keep him alive now. Mid lane as well, K1. He's looking for a solo kill into the Drow Ranger. A use of the Rupture is enough that he might even get El Misho. Hang on.
Well, he knows that the Shaker's not going to be there, so again, just doesn't want to go for the kill, doesn't want to risk it. You could just go down the greed route. I mean, K1 having this much of a 2,000 net worth lead at 14 minutes over the enemy position 1. Color me surprised. This is something that we just need to expect at this stage.
Which is scary because it's a pretty goddamn good Bloodseeker game as well. So the fact that he's already off to this start is got to be concerning for Alliance.
Oh yeah. It's about a bit over 1,000 gold away from the BKB. Sacred's getting gone on a little bit here. Doing some decent damage up against Gardic, who doesn't have the glimpse available. So let's see if he's able to get away. Double damage might be enough. No. I'm really struggling to see a way for Alliance back into this one. I know it's against an Alchemist draft, but it's 14.5 minutes and it's an 8k disadvantage. You know, this is not where you want to be. You're up against a Blink Dagger on the Alch. Yeah, BKB is coming up for him next. Love it. It's like another one of these games where I really wouldn't hate to see the Berserk Potion again from the Alch. Like, again, all those roots, all those silences, as long as you pop your BKB, you're going to be just fine. And you can just help someone else out. Probably Sacred, to be honest.
No, they're actually even looking to smoke, and Dark Margot is involved in it. Did just complete the blink. And they're going to see the Radiance burn on the creep, so El Misho will know that something's going on. Dude, he needs experience. He needs something.
Yeah.
Earthshakers. He's honestly okay in net worth, but his experience is just not replicating that.
I think they ended up giving the tome over to Gardic because obviously the Static Storm is able to do so much more in the early game. Very hard to close that gap, and yeah, El Misho even taking some of that farm away from Analog as well. They're thinking of maybe going for a kill here onto Schofield. If they can isolate him a little bit, this would be a nice start to things.
That's flurry of spells just to hold him inside the Firestorm, so Schofield's going to take a decent chunk of damage.
You got to actually get these kills though. Like, again, they will be farming if you don't.
Yeah, we'll see. Making the attempt on a Sacred, but he's okay. Mechanism's going to repair some of the damage. Now they're going to be able to snowball on forward as El Misho tries to drop the Echo. It's a pretty decent fissure onto multiple heroes as well as Lumiere. The Drow's in a great spot to get the right clicks going, but now K1 showing up like a homing missile. Damage, and the turnaround is just not
jungle, playing super passively and just farm. This man's insane.
Oh, I didn't know they got 2 Alchemists, man. Like, you say in the net worth, like you just said maybe 2-3 minutes ago, yeah, Beastcoast have got this net worth. It's an Alchemist lineup though, but what do you say now when the Bloodseeker's rivaling his gold? This is like, I don't know. What's the probability? 77%.
I'd put it higher, to be honest. Like, this was a really heavy outdraft in my eyes, and well, Alliance are going to need to be seeing some big plays, and maybe this is going to be the cause of it. The Blink Dagger just picked up by El Misho. It's still going to be a bit over a minute until he's got it available, And still level 6, though, at level 17.5. He really needs that Aftershock maxed out. It's going to need to be like the perfect wombo combo, especially onto Sacred.
Oh, they're on Drow. Top lane, they're trying to rift in to protect him, but it's just too late. And Beastcoast, they've got the numbers to take the team fight as well. Greaves is on cooldown for the moment, so Dark Margot's going to be relying on the Chemical Rage to keep him healthy, but Schofield, the double stun with a snowball. K1's here for the cleanup. A Fissure will hold him back, but it's actually the Rupture that bleeds Vitali dry, and now Gardic as well will go down under the secret shop as Beastcoast. They are just looking effortless in this game one.
I think effortless is the exact right word to use. You know, well, I don't want to say effortless, but it seems like they don't need to put too much into this, and it's just all on the back of their heroes, you know? You can only do so much in terms of individual play. I actually think Analog's been doing a pretty damn good job with what he's had to be able to play with, right? Like, obviously the mid lane, it's not the easiest into the Alchemist, but he's made all the right moves. He's been able to try and find out the right sort of heroes to kill. You just don't have the damage on your supports to be able to find this, or, you know, the cores just got bodied way too hard.
And it's Dire's not even at their peak as well, which is so worrying. We might get to a stage where their net worth is at the same
30k
as the. I was just going to say the same as the minute mark. You might probably need a couple more successful team fights, but with the trajectory they're on, as K1's even just using a Rupture on Analog because the boys are coming. Global Sun's gonna get laid down, so maybe K1's just got the damage by himself to get the kill.
Oh, they predicted it.
Boy. Schofield, nicely done. Just on top of the Remnant. They might even catch up to El Misho as well.
Ooh, run away. Just able to get out. But yeah, I'm loving the itemization.
They're setting up on Lumi here.
Oh, not again.
Dark Marco got the damage by himself. It's a max out stun. He's got the 15 talent. Oh, sorry, 20 talent. Never mind, my bad.
It's alright. Mistakes happen. I forgive you.
Wait, what the hell is that talent? Hang on. Alchemist? Let's go. Dude, I don't know if you want to make the attempt on this guy. He's pretty farmed. BKB used early on. They'll target down Gardic. I'll make sure trying to find an angle for the Echo, but there was just never an opportunity for him.
Even El Misho, like, again, it's 20 minutes. He's level 7.5. He's got the tome coming out to him, so that'll at least max out his Aftershock, and, well, he's looking to trade that Lance of Pursuit over for the Tumbler's Toy. It all has to be on El Misho, right? Like, kind of rough to say at this stage of the game. Actually, he ends up even giving it over to Analog, realizing that maybe that level 2 Fire Remnant, the extra 100 damage, is going to be the difference maker. Actually didn't even put it into that. You wanted more points in the Flame Guard just to survive for a bit longer. Loving the Manta style as well from K1. Don't need to pop that BKB super early. And you've got ways to be able to get out of the silences, the roots, everything.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Damn. Top level Alchemist and Bloodseeker level 17, the lowest Earthshaker level 7. 10 level difference. There's a support and a core, but half time. They're gonna try and make the attempt on Dark Margot. BKB still on cooldown for 15 seconds.
Tower is under attack.
See if he's gonna be able to get the ultimate before the Static Storm's used, and that's gonna be the case.
Is he gonna go in?
He's to enter the rift. They're gonna wait to stop this.
Oh.
Fisher's there, drags back. Oh man, that was close, but maybe Beastcoast still want to fight. They're starting to come to the neighborhood. They're turning towards Lumiere at the moment. It looks like with the Ember Spirit, they'll be able to secure the easy kill into Analog. And what can Alliance do? They're kind of stuck in no man's land now. Almisha will be chased down. No TP out. Stop short, and simultaneously, they've also caught out Gardic as well in the Tree Alliance. Yes, you finally get a kill onto Dark Margot, but comes at a pretty grave cost.
And it was an Echo Slam onto 1. Like, his is still just a level 1 Echo Slam, so it does 100 damage when you're able to land it. Really not the value that you were wanting to see out of that first use of the Blink Echo. It was just onto a Silencer as well, so you just don't have that follow-up damage. He's still able to get off the Global Silence, and, I mean, now it's just going to be even harder. As soon as Alchemist comes back, he'll have his level 18. He just bought up the Tome, and just 300 gold away from the Plate Mail for the fully finished AC, so really feels like Beastcoast are about ready to hit that trigger.
Yeah, well, surely now is when they feel strong enough for a Roche, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there we go. Boys are going to start running in as soon as the AC gets delivered. They feel strong as well. They just got 2 wards in the neighborhood.
Sacred just blinks in.
Arctic drops it up. Bye-bye to shot through. Meanwhile, Schofield's going to target down the secondary support on the back line. There's just no hero that can freely spellcast inside the middle of these fights.
Really did feel like this this Underlord in particular. It's not that game-winning last pick, you know? You save it all this time. Yes, Beastcoast did focus a lot of their bans onto Vitaly's hero pool, but when you see the big things that they were requiring with their draft, I would say more like slow instances of damage that can ramp up after a while probably isn't what they were needing. And well, they're going to look to try and go for a kill here onto Analog, although Schofield ends up missing it. I'm sure they're going to give him a quick tip. Yeah, there we go. They're having fun with it all.
He punch a creep? What happened?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he punched a creep. They would have been able to get that kill onto Analog as well. Dark Margot had the fully channeled unstable concoction ready.
Oh, man, that's filthy. Global Silence jump in. Sacred doesn't even need to lead with the stun. As the fissure being pump fake, but it's going to be the glimpse that'll keep Vitaly alive for the moment. Great shots from Schofield. Vitaly can't even escape. Well, the fissure's still buying some time, but Schofield jumps over the top. The maximum chain control from the Tuscan. Oh,
K1 still going.
Finds a double glide near as well. There's nowhere safe, not even deep inside their base, past the tier 2s, past the tier 3s. It's a decent Echo Slam from El Misho, but...
I mean, everyone's dead already.
Well, there's no follow-up. It's the towers that actually end up getting the kill onto...
I was just about to say, like, if not using an Echo Slam then, when are you going to do it? You know, like, it felt like, yeah, this is just going to be another kill. This is soul-breaking, you know, being run over like this. And, well, we said Beast Coast are able to win games, and when they do it, it's going to be before that 30-minute mark. I think this game's going to be no different, but just the ability, like, you would think that they've just been running at them constantly, but they haven't. It's just that there has been absolutely no pressure on any of their objectives, so their cores have just been able to sit back and farm for the majority of the time. At least now Drow has that next item, and she is holding on to about 3,000 gold for the longest period. So even when they did go for those super deep dives, she wasn't actually able to turn around and fight. Once again, they know that they're not going to be running into the Echo. So I really wouldn't hate to see them just continue the pressure here.
Looks like they're going to do just that. Okay, one can pump himself in the front, and the rest of the boys are going to start to connect as well. You also have Schofield hunting up top just in case he can maybe find an easy kill with any global potential. Dark Margot!
He's got Aegis, he's fine. Well, actually pops the BKB. Was a little bit surprised at that, considering the lack of follow-up. Shrek, Bloodseeker, both playing on the bottom side, having the Aegis, so a little bit unfortunate. Might force them to play perhaps a little bit more defensive. He's now level 20 as well, so let's see which talent he opts to go into. He just wants to be a right-clicker. Nearly got the Abyssal even.
Now, this boy kind of farmed.
Mm-hmm.
Boy is 914 GPM, and then the Bloodseeker 750.
yeah. K1's only 3k behind.
That's so crazy. Got it. Looking for the D-Ward. It's going to cost him his own life. They might see Ember shortly if he keeps running down to the south with this cliff ward, but I mean, Analog's doing he's doing what he can. Continuing to shove top up, farming up the jungle. He's just hoping get the BKB before they crack the high ground.
Mm-hmm. But Dark Margot cuts the wave, so it's not really safe to go anywhere. 27 minutes, he's going to pray for some nice neutral items. Not lucky this time around. I mean, what can you do? They're pushing a high ground, but you need that BKB. Might even just TP back and sell the Blightstone for that little bit of extra gold.
Smoke up, looking for a different angle here is Schofield.
Last chance.
Yeah. Feels like that's the case. K1. Boys. I mean, as soon as they see El Misha, they're just going to go straight for the Earthshaker. What a read. Beastcoast making sure that the Earthshaker is not going to prove to be an issue inside the fight, and now their formation will just crumble. Dark Margo onto Vitali. They should be able to deal with the first life. Couple of buybacks coming out. And a dip up to BKB as well. Global Sun's going to try and protect him for the moment. They might need the snowball as well from Schofield. The root reapplies. Dark Margo's TP will be cancelled. A couple of buybacks will secure the kill. They don't get the full set of barracks as well in the end.
Okay. I mean, it's still 2 buybacks, right? You're still 27k net worth behind. I think this is Beastcoast just kind of playing with their food a little bit.
Oh, it's the same as the minute mark. 20 minutes in, 28,000 net worth lead. Oh, good. We 100% yet? No. Still 1%. Actually, just went up to 2, so...
Scanning.
Double the chance.
Wow.
Dire's middle tower is under
Who's got the 2% on on Alliance?
Like, who's going to be that difference maker?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still Almisha for mine. But as long as Beast Coast just don't plump up, I think they're never going to be in a position to lose this game. Like, it literally needs to be a Echo Slam into a Firestorm, into the multi-shot, and blah, blah, blah. Somehow Disruptor has Ags. They're going to look to try and at least get a Tier 1 tower. I guess that makes second Roche, if the game lasts long enough, a bit easier for them to do.
They won.
Oh,
Vitali. Oh, look at the damage. And a static storm, but just really chucked out in hopes that it would do something to keep him alive.
Trying to just get that Tier 1, but even not wanting to give that up is Beast Coast. And they know that the buyback was used previously on Vitali as well, so if they wanted to just walk it down mid with this next creep wave, go up, secure that last Rax, push down the bottom side, really wouldn't hold it against them. This is a time where you don't need to wait for that next Roshan. You can afford to be a little bit more brazen with your aggression, and well, I feel like that's how Beast Coast have played most of this game.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Did you see that? Analog just backdoored the Tier 1.
No, I didn't actually. Alright. Hey, extra gold. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Maelstrom, BKB, Phase Boots. He's got a
Ag
little bit of a
Shot.
damage upgrade, yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, double smoke actually from Beast Coast. Just Stinger and Dark Margo. Dark Margo does have the double damage rune though in the arsenal. They're looking for that prime target to get the jump. Stinger might just drop a ward inside the base. They'll see it straight away though.
I don't know. I think Sacred's too far away for them to go for an aggressive attempt. Maybe they're just waiting for to see if anyone leaves the base right now. And I mean, if you're increasing net worth and Alliance aren't, all the better, right? We're still at that same net worth lead as minutes played points. So I think Beast Coast are happy to just continue choking them out. Oh, they're going to kill.
Then
Maybe
they'll get
two.
a second. Come back.
It's happening.
They won.
He's fine. He's still got BKB. He is
It's still
locked
fine.
in place, though.
Probably gonna force out the BKB. It's actually Dark Margo that jumps on Vitali on the back line. And they're already concerned to the other components as well as Analog. Remnants over to the northern side. It's gonna look to try and TP
Ash?
out K1. Oh, they got the Abyssal, but Dark Margo wasn't able to get in range. The Blink was still on cooldown, so in the end, it'll be a 2 for 2.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm thinking. I'm doing my best. I'm
Don't
racking
worry,
my
man.
brain.
You don't have to. You don't have to keep huffing. I understand. It's okay. It's,
Double Abyssal. I mean, there is legitimately one core that they need to worry about, that Beast Coast need to worry about, and there's 3 that that Alliance need to. Like, it's even gotten to the point where Sacred's nearly overtaken Drow's net worth as well.
This should not... It feels so wrong, the net worth and what I'm looking at right now. I can't comprehend how farm K1 is. It's just not making sense to my brain.
I wonder if they're just going to go all in onto him, considering they know that the BKB...
Sacred, that's...
This would be a big kill if they can get it onto K1, but... Oh, poor guy.
And under the T2 tower simultaneously as well, Dark Margo is in to try and protect Sacred. Straight away, you see again the priority. And meanwhile, K1 as well finds Abyssal to stop Gardex TP. Dark Margo's already looking for more. He's trying to find an opening for another. Global Silence actually going to be laid down just to prevent them from getting any more aggressive onto Dark Margo.
I really feel like their last chance was getting a kill onto the Bloodseeker there. Like, he was actually finally isolated. They had vision. They got a good static storm onto him. Drow was able to attack unimposed, and there was just no one else, right? He was able to shrug off a lot of the damage. He didn't have the BKB available, and, well, now they're going to rock right into the Roche Pit as it's respawned as well, so... maybe this is finally going to be that Aghanim Shard that I've been wanting for Dark Margo. He's got it queued up, but he can just get it for free.
Rift in, come on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, suicide, sounds good.
Catch him off guard, what do you mean?
Catch who off guard? Your own team?
Yeah, they'd be like... It's just space, that's what it is. They give the shard to Schofield.
I mean, Margo's got enough farm that he can just buy his own.
It just did now. What do we... do we like this Leshrac build? Is because we don't really see the hero flex too often to the offlane. I know South America really like their ranged offlaners, and Sacred plays Lesh incredibly well, but do you like kind of the style of build that we're seeing from it? Is this something that you think should be considered a little bit more?
I think it was just some decent flex, right? Like, it's something that Sacred does play a good Leshrac, but it's just... Are we talking even the Halberd? Because there's not an amazing value out of the Halberd this game, right? Unless he gets right on top of the Drow Ranger and forces... Well, he doesn't even have a BKB, actually, so it's actually a pretty good Halberd game. He's just playing fearlessly.
This is a really good, like, guess the hero with these items. Because I would not guess Lesh, and I don't know who I would guess that has these items.
Maybe a Death Prophet? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Force, Blink, Halberd, Greaves. Like, there's some crazy items in combination together. Everyone's by himself. Are they going to try and do this? He's got Aegis. And the rest of the team's close enough to be able to connect off the back of the respawn. They'll kill him the first time, and it looks like that's all they'll get, but...
Alright, maybe it's a Necro. Would you agree with a Necro build?
Sure. I feel like Necro is a good guess. I don't even know if... I don't know if I'd ever come up with Necro, but I think like that is probably one of the more likely heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of others now.
There's not any. I mean, Necro would have a shard at this point as well, but you know, it is what it is.
Surely they're not too worried about high ground. I mean, Alliance have decent defense. Firestorm, if Lumiere can get himself set up, but
I think it's just the matter of like you're fighting into a choke point, you know, and that's where Shaker thrives as well. You know, if he can get up to level 12 as well on the Shaker, maybe you get that little bit of extra damage that you need. They're actually going to go outside of the base, so forget everything I just said. Maybe try and get a solo pick off onto Dark Margo would be pretty huge. It's almost level skilled up his talent as well at the level 25. They're just going to run back after smoking. Really feels like while they're playing separately, they just won't have the burst damage.
Alright. I found the play.
Alright, go on.
Disruptor sells all his items. He has 6 slots, and he's halfway to Scepter, and they feed inside the base once, and then maybe I Scepter by then.
Has he bought a Blink Dagger instead?
No.
The
Disruptor?
No. I thought I saw him buy something big, but I am mistaken.
That dude poor as hell.
Yeah.
He's got no gold. Another smoke, but really another smoke where they've got no idea on what to do with it. That's just back-to-back smokes now that they are kind of sitting there playing with their thumbs.
They got a 1 ward inside the mid lane, and by the time they've pushed up that far, you probably already know about it.
Oh, we'll see, K1.
Aegis is expired.
Well, it is, but K1's got an opportunity to play around with the BKB, and as soon as that is used, the rest of Alliance sent back inside the base. Scepter was given over to Schofield as well, just to keep in mind. So they do have the Aura's kick now.
Wonder who they're going to target. Probably Vitali.
Anyone, I suppose. You're so far ahead, doesn't even matter. Anyone that shows, you're like, right, freebie. Can they not high ground? What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe they're just having fun with it. They're like, all right, Stinger, what do you want? What do you want your next item? I mean, maybe this double damage on the bottom side of the river as well is all they were waiting for. They've got level 25 as well. Yeah, they want a double rupture punch back, kickback, don't they?
I was going to say they want 2 heroes with 1,000 GPM. I mean, Alchemist is there at the moment. Maybe the Bloodseeker shortly.
They want to set records. Got it.
Yes. The record. It's the record maker game.
Here we go. Oh no, he's sending us illusions.
K1.
Oh, okay.
Start with the Echo Slam, Global Silence, and the combo's still got to come out. Really nicely done. They used the Lotus Orb on El Misho so he could fissure afterwards for the chain control, and now they've got a Tusk as well, and we'll see what more they can get out of this though, Analog. Out of mana, Sacred and Stinger are chasing him down. Stun's gonna be there on the mark. Vitali's gonna join him. Once again, the Lotus Orb trying to buy some time for Analog, but now with Dark Margot nearby, they're in shambles. A stun onto 2. They've got the easy cleanup. They're going to be able to push on forward. Schofield gets the kickback on El Misho. Lumia tries his best to force Staff away, but Schofield will make sure that is not a possibility. Couple of buybacks expended, but the Drow's still going to be killed off nonetheless. Juking inside the Shadow Blade. Do they have the Detection? Do they have the Pulse Nova mana? Sacred just out. One more tick and they'll find him.
It's unfortunate. Like, that's probably the best opening that they could have possibly hoped for. Someone coming underneath their vision. Without too much protection, they do end up killing K1 without his buyback, but it's not going to be enough. 40 minutes, 46 kills, 47k net worth lead. This game really feels like it's gone on for about 20 minutes too long, to be honest.
Jesus.
Am I wrong?
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit harsh, though. Am I wrong?
No.
No, I thought you were going to say that again. Glimpse out. Couple of swipes, Dark Margot. Easy kill into the Disruptor, and oh, this is more than likely the final. Dude, it just kicks Analog back inside the base. Get away.
I mean, it was an 8% win probability at 20 minutes, so
it's finally. It's been 0 for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chemical Rage. Lumi's going to be able to get rid of the Global Silence. It's a decent chunk of damage, but as soon as K1 gets in the midst of it all, they just crumble. G's are dropped, and they're going to end with a higher net worth lead than the minute mark in this game, and the kills as well. What a... I'll say it, this was a shellacking.
Oh, don't use that word. We need to make up our own word, but it was a beatdown. It was Old Yeller, bring him out the back and,
What?
Between the eyes. It's a book. I know you don't read much, but...
I love reading, actually.
Well, clearly not the good books, but it was Beastcoast that just read them to filth. They were just back to the wall, and Alliance never stood a chance.
No, Alliance never stood a chance, and, well... How do you recover after a game like that?
Well, start off, don't pick Earthshaker against a team like Beastcoast that just gets uber aggressive. Probably draft lanes that are a little bit more favorable for you. I think picking Analog as Ember Spirit early is fine, but you got to make sure that you ban out some of the bigger counters to it. Like, the DK had been banned out by Beastcoast, actually, so that wasn't going to be picked. I think Alliance actually had second pick that game as well, so they should have been in a position to get out of the lanes, at least 2 of the lanes, in a better spot than they were, and it just never really happened. Like, again, you ran 2 melee into a silencer, you ran 2 range, so you just got run over. I don't know, it felt really weird to me, and it feels like they're lacking a lot of direction.